Alright, this is just a little taste of the demon weapons. I heard the update came out in July, but I'm just hopping on it in August. Why? Every new update that's released every 4 months, 3 or 4 months, um, it requires you to be 5,000 item level. So this is not like Warframe or any other games. The people who are in charge of this game are kind of, if you're unwilling to pay out of pocket, you have to spend months grinding in order to acquire the currency of astral diamonds. So you have to be aware of the type of game this is first and foremost. And you can't like go away for months on end. You could go away for maybe about a month, but no more than a month, because that month will cost you per each day. You're not making astral diamonds. So this is a game that you would have on the side that you play for about 1, 2, maybe 3 hours. Like if you play like Warframe on one day, or in my case Resident Evil on another day, you will play this on the third day. You could put in at least 3 times a week on this game per week before a month is over. And that's the bare minimum you should do, and grind it out within those 3 hours. Dungeons after dungeons after dungeons after dungeons after dungeons. Or anything in order to acquire as much astral diamonds as much as possible. Trading upon trading upon trading. When you're not doing a dungeon, you're in trade. When you're not doing a trade, you do a mission that gives astral diamonds. You never stop moving in this game, because the people who've made this game are kind of greedy. This is a pay-to-win game, and pay-to-win games are never good. So if you don't want to pay to win, and I say this to anyone, if you do not want to pay to win and you want to play like Warframe, then you have to be on at least a bare minimum of 3 days a week and grind it out. And you can spread load that throughout the week however you want. I'm not going to pay, and if I am going to pay, it's only going to be for once I get enough astral diamonds. I go to the market, the Zen market, and I buy the VIP for 1 month, which is $10 is equal to about 1,000 yen. So, and in exchange for 1,000 yen, you would get like 300 and something Zen back. So 800 is around 200 and change. So as long as you make, not even, I would say maybe 500,000, no, 400 and something thousand would give you about 800 Zen. So as long as you make under half a mil in astral diamonds, you could purchase this. And you could do that within just 1 month, or even less than a month, 2 weeks. You could do that within 2 weeks. Trade off all astral diamonds and exchange them for Zen. And you do that within trade house. Astral diamond trading. So you put in you astral diamonds you want for the amount of Zen you want back. You want 800, it will tell you 800 how much you would need, just like that. I want 800 Zen, and enter the value, and then it tells you the bare minimum at 50, the bare minimum you could put in, the game allows you to put in. At 50, you would need 40,000 at 50 astral diamonds to get 800 Zen. But that doesn't mean you're, you know, that doesn't mean you have to put in just 50 to get 800. It's not possible. You have to put 40,000 to get to at bare minimum to get that 800. But that's never the case. That's never the case. Um, Most people will see that as not good whatsoever. Like nobody's gonna drop 800, for 40,000 astral diamonds. So that's just the game telling you that. In all truth, it will require a whole lot more astral diamonds to get that 800. But once you do that and you get that done, you don't have to worry about using pocket money in order to get what you need for the VIP. Because the only thing in this game you really need is the VIP. That's the only thing I would say is purchasable. If you are unwilling to do the grind, then you have to pay for $10 real world money for the VIP. But it's $10 a month, which is not bad. But it's not technically good either. But it's not bad at all if you have that extra pocket change. I prefer to put my $10 towards something that's meaningful that will help someone else. But if I am going to put it towards myself, it has to be something that I will be getting back that's important to me, worth my time for what I'm doing as a gamer. So if I do realize that I'm too busy in my real world life to do this, then I will drop that $10. But if I'm not, if I have the time like I do in August and July, then I don't need to pay that money. So once you get your VIP, you grind all the way for July and August, and then by that time you have enough astral diamonds to get the currency amount you need in order to reach the item level that's required, your total item level. So that's what you got to do right now. So I'm going to do Demon Pits right now. I'm going to shut up. I just realized I didn't, I had it on mute so no one could hear what I was saying. If anyone was interested, what I was saying is this. Astral Diamond Exchange. If you're going to not want to spend money, you put the amount in order to get currency. You put the amount of Astral Diamonds you farm from Quays in here. It would give you the amount you need. Then you go back into Zen Market and you purchase that VIP for that month. That's what you do. Once that is done, then you could play to your heart's content without stress. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Don't waste your money, your real world money, unless you have no other choice or you're busy in your real world life and you cannot have time to play this. That's the only thing I would ever say to spend real world money on. VIP. Nothing else. Everything else in this game can be farmable. It will take you a long time and long hours. So, minimum 3 days a week. That's bare minimum. Manage your time within a month. Get your Astral Diamonds and do your missions. So now I'm going to do this mission. Finally got to 60k after farming mad Astral Diamonds and doing Astral Diamond Exchange. And I'm going to now be quiet and proceed forward. Turn up the volume. Do this mission. That's all I gotta say. This game is, I don't recommend this game for everyone. This game is only for people who knows how to manage their time. And I like the grind. I like games where they do the grind. If you don't have the grind or the grind in you or have time to spend on the grind, or you can't manage your time and with your work life and your play life, then this game is definitely not for you. Alright, it says I can't travel here yet. I'll see what the issue is. Even though it says the item level required to do this is 60k. But it also says you can start this mission without being 60k, so I need to see what the requirements are. If you could start it without 60k, then there's some type of blockade there.
Good to see you, hero of Neverwinter.
Well met. My cousin Nuri. Anything else?
Now here's why I think it says you can start this regardless of what item level you are. In Mesobaranzan, I guess when you get to a certain point, in unlocking certain things within a certain point at Mesobaranzan, it allows you to do this mission, whether you're fully 60k or not. So it's either Mesobaranzan or it's chaotic or chaos between realms. So I don't think that's the reason why. Well, I can't see a reason why. But if it says you can start the campaign regardless of your item level, then you can start. I never tried, so I don't know. But now that I'm here, I could at least fight at the level that the mission requires me to fight at.
I've got so much to do. You look like someone who can help. Interested in getting your hands dirty? Oh, good. My cousin has heard my plea for help. Listen, there's not much time to explain, so we should get started right away, okay? Let's get right to it, shall we?
Yeah, it seems to be the same. It's just a new tile set, a new area, a new location. Doesn't seem to be anything like 3 months of their time, and doesn't seem to be anything impressive. Maybe the dungeons are going to be impressive. Maybe the bosses are going to be impressive. So far, this location, there's nothing impressive about it. So that's why I tell people, if you're going to invest your time in a game like this, don't be expecting anything like extremely great. The only time anything is great in this game is, I guess you could say, the monsters and the combat with other characters or other players in co-op. That's great. The different bosses you fight and the co-op. And of course, the pets that you ride on and the companions that you use. Those are the great parts of the stuff, as well as the lore. How they manage their money with regards to this game and their time, it's not good. They have to really learn to impress people more if they're going to take a lot of time from players or a lot of money from players. I'm specifically talking about the people who are the pay-to-win types. Like, listen, if you're going to give these people money, demand more from them. Demand more from them. It's like, if they want money, demand more from them. Not in the fact to say, well, if you want more, you have to pay more for something that looks more impressive. But like, no, this company already gets a lot of money for every time they create something, and they're just using the same machine to create tile sets like this, like the grounds, and put grass. They're just moving things around, so it's not like it's anything really that impressive that you have not seen before. So demand more, demand something better for the value of what you're investing with regards to the game itself. Or don't give them any money whatsoever at all. And force them in a chokehold, so they'll have to make decisions in order for their game to stay alive. The game is great. The pay to win section in the game is not. Anything that has the pay to win or pay to progress, it's terrible. Because you know they're abusing it, and you know they're not going to tell you how they're using their money. It's the same as the Writers Guild. The Writers Guild, the people who are running these companies, are never going to tell you exactly how much money they're making and how many people are actually watching the contents for which they're claiming tons of people are watching.
There we go. Now collect those parts. More aggressive crowd. Defeat them and get those parts. Great work. The mates can work on repairing the engine. Weaken the demon and use the engine. Use the engine! All right! The prototype works! more aggressive crowd? Defeat them and get those parts! Great work! The mages can work on repairing the engine. Weaken the demon and use the engine! Quick! Use the engine! All right! The prototype works!
You must be one of those adventurers from Neverwinter I keep hearing about. I'm interested in teaching crafters my specialized drow techniques. If you know of any, please do send them my way.
That's the problem with loading error. That is the problem with loading error. Every time there's a jump within loading, that happens. You get killed. Because the game automatically assumes that you're still standing there, even though you can't do anything about it. Your character just dies from the amount of salt. It's really shitty. Like, I never understand that. But they had this game in the works for years. I mean, I'm talking about more than 5 years, and they still haven't solved that issue yet. Like, every time you have an issue in regards to loading or uploading or downloading content, where there's a spike in regards to uploading content and speed via live stream, they haven't yet put in a code or a type of a blockade that allows you not to get killed in mission due to those things. Like, they should be a set code for when you're playing on your account that says, well, you're not going to get kicked or you're not going to die within the mission due to your bad networking, because then you have to start all over again. Other games don't have that issue. Like, if you go down, your network goes down, then the game goes back to your hub. Here, like, if it goes down, you just die in mission. It doesn't reset you back to your hub. It just resets you back to your nearest pyre, which is kind of a good thing, but at the same time, it's not really a good thing. Because it forces you to stay in mission rather than just automatically kicks you back to your last fire location, which everything that you had set on your character is now worn off, except for potion potency of any type. So yeah, that's never good. The most common sense thing to do is to, once there's a huge lag and your character is glitched out, it should allow you to go back to the pyre, or allow for the enemy not to be able to hit you during that period. But they haven't done anything like that because it's not that big a deal. But it actually is a big deal, because when you put on something like this, Invocation Blessing, it wears off every time you die or something. If I'm not mistaken, if this still is a thing, it wears off every time you die. Then you're just wasting Invocation Blessings. I don't know if they fixed it, but I'm just gonna test this right now. So, let's see what my set stats is. $54, 98, 56. Basically everything is in the 50s, except for accuracy. Of course, the lower tier stuff is critical avoidance, deflection, severity, forte. But I want to see if the main ones are going to change. Once I do invocations, I'll see what will happen. If they'll wear off once it dies, if they still kept it in the game, if it's still the same way it was before, or Has anything changed? Okay, so I'm offered for my invocation 14 minutes remaining. I'm granted critical strike, deflection, and chance on hit for plus, maybe just +1 to my power. So for right now I got more crit strike and more deflect. So my crit strike is now at 57,000 and my deflect is at 43,769. Let's see what will happen if I die. If they fixed it or it wore off. If they fix it in the game, then it's fine. If they didn't fix it, then they have to do something about that code. Yeah, so I was right. This is no good. They haven't fixed anything with regards to invocation, loss of invocation every time you die. Now that makes sense if you die while you're in combat. That does not make sense if due to lag or due to network issues or due to glitches or bugs. That shouldn't affect the invocation whatsoever at all. The gift from invocation. So they have yet to fix that. Because dying in combat due to low stats or due to not being able to understand the mission or combat is one thing. Dying in combat due to networking issues or due to a bug in the game or due to glitches by the people who made the game, that's unacceptable. They have to fix that. And the thing is, they probably won't fix that. Another reason why this game takes a lot of flack. There are certain things they just breeze on by because either they don't want to fix it or it's too complicated of an issue to go back and fix. Or they don't believe it's that big a deal because based on the amount of invocations you get per day, that's not that big a thing. However, that's not the case. It's not the case because the invocations per day, if you're not VIP and you're just playing the game from not paying them any money or not trading your Astro Diamonds to purchase Zen so you could get VIP, if you don't have that on you, then you're not going to be getting blessings, invocation blessings. So it's not like you're getting these invocation blessings today if you're not shelling out either cash out of your pockets or grinding to trade so you could get the VIP. So yeah, that's something they need to fix. Because for random people playing the game just to play the game, that's not going to work. Of course, they don't care about the random people playing the game, because if they did, they would have fixed it. They're expecting you to drop dough or to spend a vast amount of times to get the VIP on your own. So yeah, that's another issue they have to fix.
I've got so much. A new.
That which is You're the new help, aren't you? Excellent! You look far more capable than the last one sent to me. Enough small talk for now, though. There is a good deal of research to be done, and very little time in which to do it. You see, I've managed to lose one of my colleagues, a scholar named Sobmers. We were plumbing the mysteries of the lesser abyssal tears that have been appearing throughout the city after Nuri's little mishap. Anyhow, Sobmers managed to get a bit too close to one of the tears and vanished into it. While it is wonderful that she demonstrated that the tears can be traveled in both directions, she seems to have been misplaced. It would greatly help my research if you could be a good little helper and fetch her from that tear for me. Hopefully you can find her in one piece. She had quite the sharp mind, and it would be a pity to need a new research partner so soon. Entering into combat with the denizens of the Abyss is no small feat in and of itself. demons and creatures of the Underdark represent a myriad of shapes, sizes, and lethality. As you grow...
The darkness of the... Really now? This is a most pleasant turn of events. I had long since given up all hope of returning to Menzoberranzan. Thank you for your assistance, adventurer. I really should...
What is that? Oh, you found her. Yes, yes, very good.
While you were helping me, we set up wards to slow the spread of abyssal magic. This should give us time to plan. However, before we continue, Jarlaxle trusts you, and I think I can trust you, especially since you're not part of the establishment here. May I be... Doorways to the abyss are loosing demons upon the district. Oh, and it gets worse. Any mages who attempt to banish these demons are quickly overpowered. They're going to need our help. Ugh. This is all my cousin's fault. Gronth cast a powerful spell, a mythal, inside of the Narvandel, and now that mythal is leeching magic from the pillar. If I understand correctly, Gronth plans to use this newfound power to connect our plane to the Abyss and trap Lork within the confines of the Narvandel itself. He wants to exact revenge by turning it into a prison for her. I have a plan, but we can discuss that upon your return. For now, I need you to locate and rescue any mages subdued by the demons. Quickly, before they're torn to shreds.
Will kill you.
The wards were down again? This is not good. At least you got them working again. We'll have to check them periodically to ensure they're still active. This is the only way we can contain the spread of this abyssal magic until we can work to stop it permanently and shut down Grove's Mythal. They're safe. Great. My cousin Grump will pay for this. His Mythal is... Perhaps I should just tell you. When I said cast a spell to stop his magic, it was more of a device than a spell. I'll explain more later. them and get those parts! Weaken the demon and use the engine! The demon is weakened! Quick! Use the engine! All right! The prototype works!
I don't believe we've met. You're not from one of the noble houses, are you? Oh, you've been sent by Nori. But where are my manners? Is there anything I can do to be of assistance? The scholars of House Faybranch are working to undo the damage caused by the influx of abyssal energies, but tears remain in the Narbondellan, Duthploin, and Brayron districts of the city. Travel into Menzoberranzan, seek out abyssal tears, and close them. Return to me, and we can speak about compensation. Part of House Faybranch's attempt to curry favor with House Bainray involves completing various tasks for them. One such task involves pushing back a group of hostile drow that has infested the city. We have much to offer adventurers, such as coins and trinkets you can use to barter for better equipment. The Narbondellan district is being overrun. While we work to deal with the abyssal magic in the region, House Faybranch has been spread thin pushing back our enemies. We need adventurers from Neverwinter such as you to ensure the safety of our citizens.
I've got so much to do. You look like someone who can help. Interested in getting your hands dirty? We're trying to learn... We're still trying to learn as much as we can about this abyssal magic in the city. We need you to take some of these arcane testing stones out into the district and place them at sources of magic. This will help us to better understand what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, you see, this is the stuff I don't like. This new area, this new update, doesn't seem to be any different from the last update. They just add and new things into this new area that they didn't have in the last area. And all these things are simply to replace what you had before. It's not like they're stronger than what you had before the last era. They're all still epics. So I don't get that as you're progressing and you're getting higher and higher and higher and stronger, they're still offering you stuff like epics. I mean, at a certain point, it shouldn't be offering you like epics anymore, because they already know that people are going to be turning their mounts or their companions, which they get from doing campaigns that are epics, into the next level that's higher, which are legendaries. So the fact that we're still here at Menzoberranzan and they're not offering legendary by item level 60,000 yet is strange to me. It's very strange because they already know by the time you get to item level 50, you already turn most of the epic pets into legendary pets. So for them to be offering you epic pets when they know most of the people who are going to be playing at item level 50, 55, or 60 already have epic pets, it doesn't make sense to be still offering them epic pets. This is the strangeness of this game that doesn't make sense. I already know that having a certain amount of pets that are either epics and legendaries increase your item level higher. So if you, the moment you turn any epic pet or any epic companion into a level higher, your item level also goes up as well as your stats go up. So, you know, it doesn't really make sense. Because you would think, well, let's go back as far as we possibly can into campaigns. All the way here. What were they offering? They were offering green outfits, blue rings. And on the side, they were offering purple gear. That was from item level 40k. Now I'll go to item level 45. What was the store offering? The store for Dragonbone Vale was offering high level gear. And this is at Dragonbone Vale. Legendaries outfits. Dragonbone Vale. At 1,800. And here as well. Okay, so then we go to North Darkreach, which is now from 40 to 50. We're now 10k more. What they're offering is green pets, which they really shouldn't be offering. But these pets aren't like doesn't make sense for them to be offering greens at this high level at 50k. And under companion gear, offering legendaries, so that's good. And here, legendaries as well, so that's also good. So when I get to something like, say, Mizobaranzan or Demon Weapons, and I go into the campaign store for this, and I see stuff like Epic, and I go over here and I see stuff like greens and blues. This is what's been offered at 60k in the store, when in the store at Dragonbone Vale at 45, and even at Sharandar at 40, and at North Darkreach at 50. This is 10,000 more than this, and they're still offering better stuff here than here. I'm saying to myself, what the hell is this company doing? Seriously. I mean, I really want to tell them to get off their fucking asses. This is inexcusable. This is what you get from Demon Weapons. You get a blue pet. Really? Once you go past 40,000, you shouldn't be getting blue pets anymore. Everything should be purples. Blue pets is something that you would get all the way from 20 to 30. By the time you get to 40k, you should be getting purple pets. Blue to purple pets. But by the time you hit 50k, you shouldn't be getting blue pets anymore. Because everyone from 40 to about 50 already turned all their blue pets into epics by then. So the fact that they're still offering blue pets at around 50k to 60, that's inexcusable. There should be no blue of anything past 50k. This shouldn't be blue. This shouldn't be blue. Past 50k, we shouldn't be dealing with blues anymore. Past 55k. Actually, at 55k, there should have been no blues whatsoever. There shouldn't be blue. There shouldn't be no greens whatsoever at all. The fact that greens are in the item store past 50k is inexcusable. This company needs to get its heads out of its asses. And I say heads, I mean the amount of people who are playing this game from the point of view of those who made the game. They think it's hot shit and stuff, but if you're having greens past 50k and offering that to people past 50k, then you're doing something wrong. Because not only are you asking for astral diamonds, you're asking for currency from doing missions over and over again, and then you're asking for other currency as well. You're asking for one currency, then you're asking for another currency, then you're asking for another currency, and you're asking for astral diamonds in order to do some of these require 2 currency types and astral diamonds. Some of them require 3 currency types and astral diamonds that are green. So don't know what the hell this company is doing. I really don't know. By the time we get to demon weapons, I would check out, but I know that if I do that, then it's a bad thing, because checking out completely means you have to struggle to get up that hill all over again. What I mean by I'm going to check out, I'm going to check out and I would take maybe 1 or 2 days off. From, like what I said before, 3 days is the bare minimum you should take off in regards to this game. A week. Back in the days, I grinded for about 5 days a week. I dropped it down to like 3 days in a week, 2 to 3 days in a week now. Because past 50k and you're still being offering greens, that's bitch made. Whoever's in charge should be ashamed of themselves. But this is how these people make their money. Some idiot keep, dropping money into the money pool for this company, and they'll keep doing it. And their answer to it is like, okay, so you don't want to pay us, then we'll make the grind hard. So it forces you to do so. That's why I thoroughly believe if this company is having it bad, that they do a fire sale or something. Be like, that's the only time to jump on board with this game. Like, because what they're doing here, past 50k is so much struggle, so much people updating their characters, saving their astral diamonds, to be still being offered greens past 50k, and at 60k they're still being offered greens as rewards from the automobile store. That's bitch made. They need to get their heads out their asses. I'm not wasting any more time on this. I'll probably get back on this probably sometime next week. Yeah, I'll end this off today. I'll already spent 2 days out of this week on this. Maybe around Saturday I'll jump back on this. But I already did my 2 days for this week. My last day will probably be on a Saturday. I don't feel like investing any more time in this. I don't recommend this game for people who hate grinding, and I definitely don't recommend this game for people who are willing to drop dough on the game. Like, save your money for better things. The only time you should play a game like this and invest a lot is for the fun factor of everything in the game, the co-op, the monster types, the battles, and everything, and the time you're willing to spend to get stronger. This is a marathon game. This is not a sprint game. This is a marathon game, because they're unwilling. The people who make this game are unwilling to change, so you have to be unwilling to change as well, which means don't give them what they want. Do things at your own pace and manage your own time. Force them into a chokehold that they have no point. They don't have a choice but to make changes to better their game. Because that's the only way people are going to learn. If they depend on the currency of the people who are giving them money in order for them to maintain their company or to maintain the game itself under the free-to-play arena, the only way to make sure that they get their shit together and stop bleeding people is to force them into a chokehold. Suppressing fire the whole 9 yards. Like, do they deserve it? Based on what people have said about this game in the past, they 100% deserve it. All games have to grind. All games have RNG. All games have taking you a long time. This game, on the other hand, its reward system is minuscule and tedious. All the games, their role system, you're far more likely to get what you want. This is not that. When people say they'll play this game and they won't play any other game, it's because they're already locked into the system. They've been owned by this company. They're gamblers. They cannot get out because they realize if they get out, they'll fall way, way, way back. And that's a bad thing. So they're locked in. Me, I don't mind falling back as long as I'm balancing. I'm not falling too far behind. And I can always creep back up. Now, if the people who made this game make it so terrible that you can't creep back up if you fall behind just a little, then that means this entire account is going to get deleted in 2024. Because that means they're purposely bleeding people. So, who knows when they'll fix their shit. But this is not one of those games that, you know, you recommend to people anyway. The people who are down with these games are D&D people, and those who like grind, and those who like pets, and those who like investment in what they've done or what they're doing. I've only had this one character since the beginning of the game, Ophelia, and I haven't purchased any other character other than Ophelia since I've played this game 5-6 years ago, maybe about 5 years ago. All other characters that are on the tier list, secondary characters, all the characters on the tier list are offered characters, and those offered characters are, I believe, a paladin or a wizard or a sorcerer or a cleric. Yeah, a cleric and a wizard. So once you get past a certain point, I think at rank 20 you're offered another slot, and at rank 40 or something, 40 or 30, you're offered another slot. So you're offered 2 additional characters once you get past a certain level in the game. I think at 10 you offered 1, and probably around 30 you offer another. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, but I've never actually invested in these characters whatsoever. I haven't made them strong or anything. They are very low level, 25, and they only at 25 right now because it's the gear that I traded and I given to them. High level gear that I acquired from Ophelia, and I put it in my mailbox and I gave it to them. I haven't used these characters whatsoever at all. I have no mods for them because they're pointless. And they're pointless because this game is very tedious. Just to get one character to be strong enough to do high level dungeons is time consuming. Several characters is also bad. So these people who made this game understood that if you want more than one character for a class that type, you have to invest double the amount of time for what you spend playing the game on one character to do the same for another. That's never going to be me, and that should never be you either. The people who run this game are like the people who run Fortnite, or the people who run Call of Duty. You know, pay to win. Real scumbags. If it wasn't for D&D and my love for D&D, I would have given this game a bird a long time ago. But the co-op with my clan, or in this situation, the co-op with my guild, the lore of D&D, the world of D&D, the animals, the pets, the companions, the monsters, the entire realm of D&D in game format. That's what's appealing to me. If it wasn't for that appeal, I would have checked out a long time ago. It's like playing a Lord of the Rings game. If it wasn't for that type of appeal of that Lord of the Rings world, I would have checked out a long time ago. Long time ago. So yeah, if you're into the grind, if you're into the lore, this is a game for you. If you're the pay to win type, pay to progress type, it's not really for you. And if you don't have enough time to do tedious grind, then it's not for you either. You know, so people need to get their shit together and fix their game. And since they haven't fixed it for the past 2 years with regards to acquiring things logically and what makes sense, I have a high doubts that they are going to fix it anytime soon. What they've improved, if they've improved the map, they improve how you get certain items, they improve how you interact with characters, they improve how what type of items you acquire for missions as based on rewards and the amount that you get in mission. But it's not like it's a good thing, because they've made certain boss fights hard, so that if you don't understand how the battle goes and how the co-op goes, you'll have to depend on others to assist you to acquire and to move forward in the game. And if there are no people around to help you, it's a waiting game issues. And the people who made this game are fully aware of it, because they are also fully aware that PlayStation communities for a community game doesn't exist anymore. So knowing the fact that PlayStation games communities don't exist anymore because PlayStation got rid of it, people can't really help each other out on that level through community. So the only thing that you could depend on is in-game guilds. And if you wait around for about 30 minutes or 20 minutes within a guild asking for one thing, and 20 minutes pass and only one or two people help you, and an epic battle requires 5 people, then imagine how terrible that is. Have to wait for an hour until you get 5 people, or 30 minutes until you get 5 people before you even start the mission. So yeah, it's not great. I wouldn't recommend this game for anyone whatsoever at all, unless you're a diehard D&D fan, or unless you love the grind, and unless you're willing to accept progression slowly and don't have to worry about how long it takes you to do it. Those type of people, those are the people that are okay playing this game. Other people who find it taxing and tiring and tedious, go the other way. Yeah, I'm done for today. I'll probably jump back on this Saturday. This new demon web hits, yeah, that could kiss my ass. They didn't do anything different from the last one. Just more greed.